Disney babes, what's up? It's Michelle and Abby back again with part 2 of the Magic Kingdom Disney Do or Disney Don't attractions. Before we get into this video, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you want to see the rest of our series of Disney Do and Disney Don't, as well as all of our other Disney videos, because we put up new videos every Wednesday. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also follow us on Instagram, Disney Bound Babes, which will be linked down below. And you're really going to want to follow them because in the next couple weeks, actually when this video goes up, hopefully this week I will be releasing my mini ears, so make sure you check that out down below. Also, part 1 of this video will be linked down below and linked at the end of this video, so make sure you go check that out before you check out this video, or watch this one first and that one second, but make sure you watch both of them. So anyway, before this intro gets way too long, let's just get straight into it. So the first attraction we're going to be talking about is Monsters, Inc. Laugh Fuller. This isn't any height requirement and it's located in Tomorrowland. And we both went on this ride, or this show. It's more of a show, when we went this past trip this summer. I get really nervous when I get called up in front of a bunch of people to do something like, not ridiculous, but kind of not normal. Like, I can public speak perfectly fine, but if somebody's gonna ask me to like roar like a lion in front of a bunch of people, I get really nervous. So this show, which I didn't know until we were already inside, was super interactive. I didn't realize how interactive it was because I didn't really watch any like POVs of this ride particular. So basically, just to describe it to you a little bit so you kind of understand where my anxiety is coming from. The job of the audience is to fill up the tank with laughs. So they tell jokes. There's a bunch of monsters that come, and it's emceed by Mike Wazowski. They come and they tell jokes, and they pick people from the crowd and they tell them to do things, and like silly things, and it's really fun because of that, but it's not fun for me if I was to get picked. So the entire time of this show, even though it was really funny and like I was laughing, I was also in my mind thinking, oh my god, please don't pick me, oh my god, please don't pick me, oh my god. But it was really, really, really funny, and it's a person talking. So it is interactive. Like it's not
different every time you go on.
Yeah,
which makes it really cool.
Yeah, it's not a pre-recorded show. It's somebody talking live right there, as the characters. So that's what really makes it funny and like cool and different. From a scale 1 to 5, I would personally give this ride, because it was so funny, I would give this show like a 3.5.
I was only gonna give it a 3.
Yeah.
So.
But my anxiety level, like, during the show, made it like a 2. But, like, after, like, reflecting, I was like, it was funny. I did laugh. It was just really scary for me. I don't get scared on roller coasters. I get scared in interactive shows. So, is this a Disney Do or a Disney Don't?
I think it's a Disney Do.
I agree. The next attraction we're going to be talking about is Pirates of the Caribbean. It is in any height, and it's located in Adventureland. And this, again, was almost a tragedy.
Oh, no.
I almost died on this ride. Okay, I'm being dramatic, but basically, so I need to preface this. So I don't know why, but Abby and I, before we went, were looking up like people dying at Disney World, and I don't remember the reason that we decided that this was a smart idea for us to like look up how people died. So basically 99% of the time it was either somebody had like a heart attack or something, or it was like they fell in a ride. Like they fell into a ride, like they didn't have their seatbelt on and they fell in a ride with water and, you know, like crazy stuff like that. So we get on the ride and we ended up in the back row, and I ended up in the back row at the right corner. The right corner, yes. I specifically remember the corner of the boat that I was on. So we're like chugging along, and I guess because like it basically takes you through like the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. And I guess like in the beginning of the ride, I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on because I was just like looking around. And then I looked down, and the corner of the boat, like this is the corner of the boat right here, and the water was like right here. Like it was literally probably like half a centimeter about to come into the boat. So like I start nudging over this way onto Abby, and she's like looking at me. I'm like, is this normal?
This ride's okay for me. It's definitely something I always try to do once on the trip. It's not like I'll go on it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. I'm not the biggest fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I mean, I'll watch them, but I'm not like gonna buy all the merchandise.
Out of 5, I'd probably give this ride a good solid 2.5, 3.
Ooh, I'd give it a 3.5.
Only, I don't know. It just, don't sit. You know what? Here's my advice for this ride. Don't sit in the corners of the ride. And is it a Disney do or a Disney don't?
I think it's a Disney do.
I agree. The next ride we're going to be talking about is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which it does have a height requirement. It's 38 inches or 97 centimeters, and it's located in Fantasyland. As for the ride, it's a pretty short ride. Obviously there is a height requirement, so it is kind of a roller coaster. There really isn't
I'm trying to think of a better
any
term than
dramatic
roller coaster.
It's I would consider it, if I was looking through the eyes of a little kid, I would consider it a thrill ride.
No, I think it's a step below Mine Train, but bigger than Barnstormer. If you need to gauge it.
Definitely 100% get a fast pass for this though, because since it is such a newer roller coaster, it is always. And newer, it's only like,
it was there when I was in 2014, and when I went in 2012, it wasn't there.
Yeah, so it's only a couple years old, which kind of, maybe people might think like that's a long time, it shouldn't be that packed anymore. No, it's not that long in Disney World time. It is not that long.
Yeah.
So
if it's under 10 years old, it's still a new ride.
Yeah.
That's how I would gauge it.
So there is still an obnoxiously long line. So 100% get your hands on a fast pass. I'd give this ride a good 3.54.
I would give it a 4.
Is this a Disney do or a Disney don't?
I believe it's a Disney do.
I agree. So next ride we're going to be talking about is Space Mountain. The height requirement for Space Mountain is 44 inches or 113 centimeters, and it is located in Tomorrowland. I really like this ride. Everything's so weird because I say that I was relaxed on this ride.
You do get jerked around a little bit, especially if you're in the back.
As for a rating from 1 to 5, I would give this roller coaster probably a 4.
I would give this one a 5. This is one of my favorites.
Is it a Disney do or a Disney don't?
I think it's definitely a Disney do.
Yeah, I 100% agree. So the next ride we're going to be talking about is Splash Mountain. So the height requirement for this ride is 40 inches or 102 centimeters, and it is located in Frontierland. It is a water ride, but some people, I feel like when we watch vlogs, some people get so wet on this ride. We did not. I literally had a few drips on my clothes. I guess it depends on where you sit. We were sitting towards the back. I think we were actually in the last seat.
Were we? Maybe.
I think we were.
I think we were too.
So maybe if you sit towards the back a little bit more, you don't get as wet, but it is not gonna soak you. The drop looks more intimidating than what it is.
Yeah.
It is a drop. Like, it's a drop. By no means is it a little kiddie drop, but it's not as serious or bad as like when you're watching other people go down. It like looks so like steep, but it really isn't that bad. But it was really fun. So rating this from 1 to 5, I would rate this a 4.
I would give this a 5.
And is it a Disney do or a Disney don't?
It is 110% a Disney do.
The next thing we're going to talk about is Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, and there's no height requirement for this ride, and it's in Fantasyland. Little Mermaid is second favorite princess and definitely one of my favorite Disney movies. You sit in a shell and it takes you through the story of the Little Mermaid. As for a rating for this ride, I would give this ride about probably a 4.
That's what I would give it a 4.
And is it a Disney do or a Disney don't?
I think it's a Disney do.
I agree. So that is the end of the part 2 of the attractions. So like I said before, the part 1 is linked down below. So if you've just finished watching this video, totally go to click the link below, and watch part 1. If you click out of this video though, make sure you press the subscribe button down below. Follow us on all the social media, which will be linked right down below. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.